Welcome to the best gambling show on the internet. This is the home of the money pick. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe. Week 18 teasers. First news live call-in show will be Friday, 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to go 3 hours. Make sure you come on. And guys, I want to say, man, this year was the funnest I've had. I've loved football my whole life. I've been watching NFL since I was 4 or 5 years old. This has been my favorite year, and a lot of it's because of you guys. I give you guys credit. You know, sometimes I'll give you guys hate, but you guys are the smartest fan base on YouTube. Let's get this money. Thank you for everything. Let's get to the first game. We got the Tennessee Titans at the Houston Texans. Titans are -10, and we're not going to overthink this. We're not going to go brainlet about this. We're going to be simple. We're going to bring the damn Titans down to -3, and they're going to run the ball. They're going to use play action, and I'm starting to think this might be the best defense in this league. No disrespect to the Saints, no disrespect to the Colts, because they're balling out of control this year, but there's just something about this Titans defense, the physicality, the way they're able to get penetration, and Davis Mills has been pulling rabbits out of his hat the last 5-6 weeks, but I think this Cinderella story is coming to a close. What is it? The stiletto needs to be returned. It doesn't fit anymore. I just feel like this Titans defense really goes hard on Davis Mills and this Texans offense. And listen, the Texans defense, they're not as bad as advertised. They're not as bad as people say they are, but they're just tired, man. They're worn out. They got tons of players on the injury report. I think the Titans come in and take care of business, and I actually think the Titans are a serious contender. I mean, they're actually a serious squad, and if they get Derrick Henry back for the playoffs, watch out. Titans -3. Next game, we got the New York Jets, Jets, at the Buffalo Bills. I'm doing this one for the over-under. Right now it's 41. I'm bringing it down to 34. You can bring it down to 31 if you want. But I don't think we need to go the extra points. I'm bringing it down to 34, and I'm going over. When I say Jets, you say over. And, some people laughed last week when I said the lock of the over-under week was Jags-Jets. And I know no one likes betting garbage teams, but this Jets defense, they're leaky. And they're not getting better. Tampa Bay was just off. And this Bills offense, they're going to come out to play. I think the Bills are going to go full tilt in this game. And we know what the Bills are doing. They're trying to run the ball more, but against the Jets, they're going to come out, they're going to rip it. Josh Allen's going to throw it 37 to 40 times. He's going to go over 300. I think this could even get over in the first half. Now, you have to watch the weather. Don't put this in too early. Make sure you see the weather report Saturday morning, Saturday night, just so you don't get any surprises. The weather was shit against Atlanta, and still the Bills were able to put up points. So I don't think weather's going to be this big factor or this roadblock for us this game. I like the over. And did I mention Zach Wilson is playing a little bit better? I give him tons of credit because the Jets don't got an offensive line. They don't got a coaching staff. They don't got a wide receiver core. They don't got a running back. There's no dogs on that squad. Literally, the only dog on that squad is C.J. Mosley and Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's playing better, though. Credit to him. I'm going over 34. Next game, we got the Carolina Panthers at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa is -8, and I'm bringing Tampa down to -1, and I think they come out motivated. I think they come out gripping and ripping. I really think Tampa Bay puts up a 30 or 40 spot on this Carolina defense. This Carolina team has quit. There's no fight left. And did I mention Sam Darnold? He's back. Sam Darnold's back, and I'm seeing Panthers fans saying, oh, let's just keep Sam Darnold another year and wait to draft the quarterback. You got to be out of your mind, and Matt Rule's not going to cook up anything good. And this Panthers team, they kind of quit since, week 11, week 12, Even the addition of Cam Newton didn't really wake this team up. They're just in the doldrums, and Tampa Bay's going to come with a hammer and completely smash what is left of them. And there's going to be pieces on this turf, and listen, this Carolina defense shouldn't be this bad. They really shouldn't. This Carolina defense has good players on all three levels, yet they can't stop the run. They can't stop the pass, and I don't know what's going on there. All I know is they've lawn shared it. They don't care anymore. Tampa Bay -1. Don't overthink this. Next game, we got the Los Angeles Chargers at the Las Vegas Raiders. Vegas is +3. I'm bringing up the Vegas +10, and I didn't think I would be talking about Vegas seriously at Week 18. I thought they were going to fold up like a lawn chair. I thought the season was over once Chucky left. And then Ruggs going, man, that might have hurt the team on the field more than anything. But I just think Vegas is going to run this rock. And you have to remember, this is a playoff game. And I know everyone likes the Chargers. Chicks dig the deep pass. They dig Herbert's hair flowing in the California wind and sun. I get it. I like Herbert. He's fun to watch. And he's got two thoroughbreds on the outside. And Mike Williams is absolutely phenomenal. And no one's talking about him. I'm still hearing people say Keenan Allen's the best receiver on that team. No, it's Mike Williams. But listen, in Vegas, they don't do anything all that great, but they're average pretty much everywhere, and they're not making a lot of mistakes. And beating the Colts team on the road is nothing to snub your nose at. Listen, this Colts team is for real, bro, and Vegas is going to come and they're going to run this ball. If Josh Jacobs is healthy, if Josh Jacobs is playing, I see no reason for this +10. And then I'm looking at the Chargers. I feel like they're kind of weak, man, on the offensive line. We saw Denver push them around. Their offensive line around. And outside of the Bosa brother, who on their defensive front seven is nasty, who on their defensive front seven can get penetration, who in their defensive front seven can play nasty, can win battles one-on-one. I think if the Raiders play this smart, they double Bosa, and Waller comes back, who's going to cover Waller? I know Derwin James is a dog, but they have to use Derwin James to stop the run. He plays more like a linebacker than a safety now. I think Vegas runs this rock better. Herbert's going to be under pressure. He's going to be hit a lot. Give me Vegas +10. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you share the videos. Lawson Bets NFL on Instagram. Let's get this money. Next game, we got the New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins. Right now, it's Fins +6.5. I'm bringing Fins up to +13.5, and I'm riding and I'm rolling with it. And, you know, I've been a big Brian Flores fan, and I'm not wavering on that. I know we made a boatload of money fading the Dolphins last week against the Titans. But say what you will about Tua Tagovailoa. He can't play. I've been saying it since he's drafted. But this Dolphins team is pretty solid, man. They're well coached. They're well disciplined. They're running the rock better. And I think that's a big difference in this game. I actually think they run the rock better than the Patriots. Now, I know this Dolphins front seven, they can get pushed around a little bit. But I think they're going to go bare. I think they're going to go bare 8-man fronts. And they're going to make Matt throw it. And we know Matt Jones can throw that ball, but man, he's not as hot as he was before. He's not in as much rhythm as was before. And hey, the Patriots beating the Jags doesn't solve any of my problems. I mean, this is talk about overreaction. Talk about people reacting way too much. Like the Patriots are back. They didn't lose to the Colts. They didn't play badly the last 3 weeks. Just because they beat the Jags, everyone forgets history. You can't forget history, and I think the Dolphins come in here. I actually think they can win this game, but +13.5 makes me feel comfy. And I know the motivation factor for the Dolphins might not be there. I understand. I can do math. I understand they're mathematically eliminated from the playoffs. But you got a coach, Brian Flores. He's going to be there a long time. And when a coach has that type of leverage, the locker room's not going to quit on him. And you have a guy like Tua. He's playing for his job. He's playing for his NFL future. I think he plays decent. He's going to turn it over at least 2 times. We understand that. But I think the Dolphins defense has a great day. Give me Dolphins +13.5. Next game and last game of the teaser card, we got the Seattle Seahawks, Hawks, at the Arizona Cardinals. Seattle is +6.5. It's the same methodology, man. I'm going Seattle +13.5. And when I'm looking at this game, I'm seeing no reason why Seattle can't win it. I'm serious. We were like the only people on Seattle last week against Detroit. I was surprised about that. I got the comments like, the Sharps are on Detroit. The Sharps are on Detroit. What does that even mean in 2022? Listen, if Russell played better last week, and I challenged him, and he's going to play good again this week. And then we talk about motivation levels. Let's talk about Zona's motivation level. I don't think they can play this game how they want. Firstly, Kyler Murray is where their hopes and dreams start and end. And for Arizona to win a game, for their offense to move and flow, he has to run it. He has to get 9 to 12 running attempts, and he has to do crazy stuff. And you can't do that when you got the playoffs next week. So I think you're going to see a lot of Connor. You're going to see a lot of Chase Edmonds up the middle. And yes, Cliff's going to throw, and Kyler's going to make a few good throws. But the Seattle defense has actually been pretty decent the last 6-7 weeks, even though they started terribly. I think Seattle's defense plays good, and I wouldn't be surprised if Seattle wins this game outright. But with the plus 13.5, it's good. Now it's Seattle. You do worry about them quitting. Pete Carroll is a dead man walking, but I think Russell and DK Metcalf, they're going to do enough. And this Arizona defense isn't all that good either. Give me Seattle plus 13.5. Let's go through the teaser. We got the Titans -3. Jets, Bills over 34. Carolina at Tampa, Tampa -1. Chargers at Vegas, Vegas plus 10. Pats at Fins, Fins plus 13.5. Hawks at Zona, Hawks plus 13.5. Let's get this money. Hit the like button, subscribe.